Today's words of wisdom, love and care are the duties of human beings, will be presented in Malay and English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulassis of Vietnamese, Chinese, Dutch, English, French, German, Hebrew, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Romanian, Russian, Spanish, Thai, Urdu, and Turkish. Malaysia memang sebuah negara yang indah. Negara ini dikurniai banyak bukit dan gunung yang ditumbuhi hutan tebal, kawasan pantai yang dipinggiri pokok-pokok palma dengan air laut yang kehijauan dan cahaya matahari yang keemasan serta lagun air tawar. Tarikan utama Malaysia adalah dari pencakar langit yang mencuat tinggi dapat dilihat rumah papan yang dibina di atas kaki bajang. Budaya majmuk, keajaiban alam semula jadi, bandar raya yang besar dan banyak pulau yang indah permai ialah keistimewaan negara yang indah ini. Penduduk Malaysia kebanyakannya ialah orang Melayu, diikuti oleh orang Cina dan India. Budaya majmuk telah banyak mempengaruhi seni bina dan budaya negara ini dicerminkan menerusi kaum dan warisan yang pelbagai. Banyak tokoh yang berani dan mulia adalah berasal dari Malaysia. Pada November 2006, Datuk Muhammad bin Ismail telah dianugerahi Hadiah Kedamaian Kursi untuk hal ehwal keagamaan dan kemanusiaan dan bekas Perdana Menteri Tun Dr. Mahathir bin Mohamad telah dicalonkan untuk Hadiah Kedamaian Nobel 2007. Disebabkan oleh kegarahan orang yang ingin mendapat makrifat, Mahaguru Ching Hai telah menerima undangan mereka yang ikhlas dan berkunjung ke Malaysia untuk beberapa kali. Sekarang kami menjemput anda untuk mengikuti perbincangan yang berikut oleh Mahaguru Ching Hai bertajuk Kasih Sayang dan Keprihatinan ialah Kewajipan Manusia pada 25 Februari 1992 di Malaysia.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Excuse me, Master.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question? Last night you were talking about samadhi.
Yes.
Samadhi is a kind of deep concentration.
Yes.
After you have reached or attained samadhi, what is the next stage or level you have to go through before your enlightenment?
After samadhi, what is the next step, right?
Yeah, or level you have to go through
It's the
before your enlightenment.
non-samadhi step. Non-samadhi.
Samadhi.
Means you are in samadhi all the time, but you are not in samadhi. Understand?
May I ask you another question? Lord Buddha said that we have no soul. How they say we got soul in our body?
Do you think there is a soul or there is not?
But according to Buddha said in his discourse, he said there is no soul.
Then what is it that attains Buddhahood? Why he advised Buddhahood? If there is no soul, if after death nothing else, then who attain nirvana? Who goes to Pure Land? And who wants to practice if after all we attain nothing? It must be something, and that thing is soul or Atma or your big self. You know, he doesn't say soul, he says your great self. That's the same, okay? Or Ru Lai, you know, Ru Lai means Buddha nature, yeah? He doesn't want to use a worn-out conception of soul, so he said Buddha nature. Okay, let there be no soul. There is Buddha nature, all right? After death, we have that still, and we always have that. And that Buddha nature never died. We want to attain that. It's just a different way of using words only. Yes, yes. You understand now, right? Okay.
Buddhists, as they claim to be, they normally practices the precepts during certain time. Do you derive any benefits out of this sort of convenience practice of eating vegetarian?
Of course, partially. Yeah? If you work full-time, you derive full-time benefits, wages. If you work part-time, you have part-time benefit. It doesn't mean no benefit, just too little. You're lazy, you don't want to work the whole time, then you work half-time, but you earn half money, okay? Maybe half-time in nirvana, half-time in hell. You choose whatever path you like, yes?
Master,
Yeah.
when you mentioned God, does that also mean your Buddha nature?
Yes.
Master, how do you reconcile this with the belief of the Christian that just by being baptized they will achieve salvation even though they are meat eaters?
Oh, I understand. Well, I'm afraid to offend many people, but since you asked, I have to tell you the truth. The true baptism is by a living master like Christ when he's alive, and with the precepts and all that. Yeah? Just like what I'm teaching now. Without that, it is difficult to attain liberation, except by the grace of a master. You want to take the burden of your bad karma for himself. Since you are so sincere, and that you don't know much about his teaching, you only know that by believing in him, he might help you. But for those who understand, who has intellectual power, they should try to follow the precepts and get initiation. That is the true baptism. The followed precept is like in the Bible, the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not adultery, thou shalt not tell lie, etc. And follow the Bible's teaching, follow the commandment. Because the Bible tell you not to eat meat. I have already told you before. Okay? Therefore, that is the true Christian. But we have many so-called Buddhists, so-called Christian, different levels. Understand? Just like my so-called followers, they have different level. I have told you last night. Yeah? They just take my picture home and bow to the picture. But they also get benefit. You understand? But different. Different from my disciples. But in their levels, you cannot force them to do more. So it's okay if they're happy that way. If they get some benefit from it, well, who are we to force them or to tell them what else to do? Understand? Not that I teach them that way. Not that I teach them to bow to my picture. But because they bow and then they get benefit, and they spread. Sometimes they say the person from the picture comes out. Yeah, and bless them, or sometimes scare them. But then they know it is something. So they like it, they are comforted. They feel secure that somebody helped them. Unconditional. Even they're meat eating and all kind of, but they try their best to be vegetarian. It doesn't happen to everyone. But that's how they start all kind of things. It's not my teaching this way. Understand? I teach you to be vegetarian fully and to get initiation and benefit yourself and liberate others and help the world. But those people who are so weak, they don't want to work for themselves. But they also want liberation. They want only for themselves. They don't want to benefit anybody else. So they pray for Master, help them, help me alone, help me. And the Master is not so narrow-minded as to not to help them. Understand? The Master cannot demand that he also has to help other people if he doesn't want it. That's what we call a small vehicle in Buddhism. 小乘佛教. The great vehicle is those who are initiated, who sacrifice their taste, who sacrifice whatever they have for other being, including their spiritual merit. Because the more they meditate, the better their environment. The more other people get benefit from their practice also. They are greater, okay? But God doesn't make preference. God will help everyone who is sincere.
European Parliament supports reducing meat to lower greenhouse gases.
Roll call vote. Vote is now open.
Reduce your meat consumption or stop eating meat totally.
During discussions on greenhouse gas reduction goals, the Climate Committee of the European Parliament officially recognized livestock's contribution to global warming and recommended a reduction of subsidies to the livestock industry to curb methane.
The European Parliament has adopted its own position on climate change as an institution.
And as a Vice President, one of the proposals I have made is in line with your own, which is that we should eat far less meat, because that's one of the major sources of greenhouse gases.
Tout le monde sait bien, si on veut rendre notre planète soutenable, il va falloir réduire notre consommation de viande, ça on le sait bien.
My name is Jens Holm. I'm a member of the European Parliament. Please, be veg, go green to save the planet.
Yes, Master, ladies and gentlemen here. I just wish to ask Master, besides this collective counseling or some sort of like lecturing, do you do individual counseling? Just like our friend, he have some problem, you see. He needs the follow up. Then only he can attain something. Just like myself, I want to come here for something,
Yes.
but 2 or 3 days later, you may go out to Taiwan. Is there any person here to give individual counseling?
Follow up, yes. I sometimes send monks and nuns who are trained in how to answer people basic problem and follow up things. And they will be available. Yeah? May not be immediately now because I need them to go around. But I will send them all the time.
But is that do it here or?
Here. I send them from Taiwan. Yeah, they will stay here for a long time. You can come all the time and ask them.
Oh, I see.
Whenever they come, yeah? But you don't always need it, so. Or you can write to me, yeah? And then I give you answer.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And here we have group meditation every week. Here is available to you every time you come.
You know, when is the day?
Well, that you can ask them.
Okay, thank you.
After initiation. And so, any question you can ask the O initiates, and they will help you to follow up. If not, you write to me. Or if so urgent or so necessary, I send monks and nuns to help you. Or O initiates who are older than you in the initiation. They come and help, yeah? We will not just throw you into the sea when you're not yet able to swim. You again? Yeah? All right. I feel you people this time are so receptive, so much different from 2 years before. Even the non-initiated people. Are they the same people who came back to my lecture? Like he is the same, huh? Oh, so receptive this time, so welcome, so open. Of course, they still ask many questions, but I think he's a newcomer.
Yes, Master. Are there people who have taken up the initiation from you and they drop off? And do they come back again? And if they don't, would they suffer any curse or miserable death? I mean, are there people who take up the initiation from you, they stop the practice?
And stop that afterward,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Will they get any consequence?
Yes.
The consequence of their suffering is that they don't meditate anymore, and that they don't get any more benefit from meditation. And that's just bad enough.
I say, they don't die a miserable death.
Well, it depends on what they do in their life. If they continue to break the moral disciplines and eating meat again, they might die a miserable death.
Yeah, I'd like to ask something about the eating of garlic and onion. Some Buddhist monks say that is prohibited.
Don't eat onions, right?
Yeah, and how true is it? It is an aphrodisiac.
Oh, onion is so tasty. It makes people more appetite. Yeah, and when you eat that, you might eat too much. And you get so sluggish, you cannot meditate. In that case, it's forbidden. And also, it smell. In the monk order, if you sit together, 200, few hundred, 2,000 together to listen to the Buddha, and if all of you eat onion, what do you think? The Buddha will die.
No.
If I were the Buddha, I would also forbid this. And never mind garlic and all that. Wow, what do you think the air will become? And especially when they have just a small center like this, and everybody breathes out garlic and onion instead of wisdom. I think everyone will not bear it. Yeah? Also when you go out as a monk and you preach to other people, and your breath is full of garlic instead of wisdom, people will to kind of, keep distance. Huh? Yeah. And also the onions and garlic tend to awaken the sensual appetite. Yeah. That's why the Buddha say, try to minimize it or avoid it. But it's not so strict, okay? If you so like it so much, now and again you can eat it. You won't die miserable death. Okay, anything else? No question? No more? Then go home. It's past midnight. Your wife and husband might wait for you with a big and large stick behind the door. So please repeat the Buddha's name before you enter. Will that happen? Yeah? I'll put a cushion on your head or a helmet and repeat Jesus or Buddha's name. Yeah? Before you enter the door. Alright, are you all satisfied? Yeah? The initiation is tomorrow. If you want to ask any question, we have the people with initiation card. They ask them the time and the place and the conditions. The conditions are not so scary as they might feel, because sometimes the translation is bad. And my disciples, they're very strict, they say, you must do this. You ought to do this. You have to do this. Things like that, But it's not so scary. If I can do, you can. If they can, you can. No problem. You can keep them. You can keep them. You know how many rules in your nation? How many laws there is? You can keep them all without even knowing them. How many traffic laws that you have to abide, but you keep them with no problem. You understand? More difficult than even the 5 precepts. I cannot drive a car. I cannot remember all these laws. When it's red, I go through. When it's green, I stop. It was before, a long time ago. And the examiner, he tell me, okay, you're perfect for a non-driving license. Please step out and don't endanger his life. He say, oh wow. I prayed to Jesus, but no success. I think he decided that I should not have a car. I should not drive a car myself. Well, since now I have plenty of willing drivers, I guess he was right. He had a different plan for me. Instead of driver, he made me drive the whole mankind in a big truck of God's love. Okay? So I blame him at that time for not having enough compassion to give me a driver license. But now I know. I thank him for not giving me one. Sometimes we pray to God and we don't get what we want and we stamp our feet. But must think again. God is always merciful. Especially after Kuan Yin method. It always happens to our best advantage. Doesn't matter what we think.
Thank you. Master, according to the law of nature, there's only one truth. And maybe can you share with us your experiences, how to search for that inner truth, and what are the requirements to search for the truth? Thank you.
How you enroll for initiation, and the requirement is full-time vegetarian and 2.5 hour meditation.
Thank you.
Then you know how. Any more question? Like 5 precepts is nothing really. You never kill anybody. So you don't even kill animals. Understand? So in case you don't know that and might want to try, then don't try now. That's all. And you don't steal from anybody. So don't worry. And if you want to steal, stop now. If you did steal before, stop. That's it. Yeah? And if you already have husband and wife, stick to each other. If you don't, then stick to yourself. And the vegetarian diet, I already advise you. If you have a problem, come here and try to organize, cook with each other, okay? For each other. Or take turn to cook and prepare for the one who work. Take turn. Or pay for someone who doesn't work to cook here for you. Yeah? And you come and collect it and go to work. Or make a delivering system. Can do that. Yeah. Have an old truck and deliver all the food to different houses. They do that. The Vietnamese in America, they do that. Yes. Deliver to the house. Yeah? According to request. And then you can buy yourself some Maggi, soya, and some other kind of ingredients for tasty spice, yeah, in order to add a little bit more flavor to your food. Should that be too tasteless to you, or not according to your food? And buy a microwave oven and warm it when you want, or buy a few pots and warm it. Understand? When you want it warm. I understand it is difficult, but it's not that difficult because I have lived the life that you live now. I was busy. I was also a bachelor. Yeah. And I worked for the Vietnamese refugees full time. And I had no time to cook. I cook once a week. Big pot of both rice and assorted vegetable. And then I have a small pot for warming rice and small pot for warming vegetable. Every day I take a portion out of the fridge and warm it up for my daily need. And I eat some more fruits, fresh fruits, and that's it. Wonderful. And I'll tell you another secret. If you couldn't cook and you couldn't come here and you worry about nutrition, you can eat unpolished rice with the husk and sesame, black sesame powder, and salt. Eat until you're full, and you feel wealthy and healthy because you save a lot of money. Wealthy also, yes. And of course you will be feeling a little bit dry. So you drink more water, eat more fruits, and you're satisfied. And in case that is not tasty enough, you buy tofu from outside, fresh, and put soya on it, and eat it together with the sesame and unpolished rice. That is excellent and nutritious, and full of protein, and all kind of magnesium, all kind of vitamin that you need. There's no need to complicate your life if you couldn't make it. When you're full in your stomach, you don't want even the best meat in town. Just because you go out hungry, and then you get tempted. Put some mantou, bread or cakes or whatever your favorite fruit in your bag or in your car. Take it with you. Whenever you feel hungry, eat them. Understand? Don't go hungry and shopping. And when you go through the meat counter, close your eyes and walk through. Yes. It is more simple to be vegetarian because you know where you want to go. Just tofu counter. Nothing more. No right, no left. Yeah. And you have more variety than whatever. You know, we have a bonfire every week. We roast potatoes, yams, corns, fresh corns. We roast vegetarian hams, which is so tasty. By the way, you can connect with Taipei and buy this ham and sell it not profit-wise to the new initiates. It tastes better than any meat you could wish for. And our initiates, it's not my business, it's my disciples' business. They make chicken meat that you don't know the differences. Should you like meat so much? And they make pork and any kind of fish. It looks like fish and it might taste also like fish. And you never miss anything in this life. You can go on picnic and roast your vegetable balls and hams and corns and potatoes. Wow, it's beautiful. We enjoy life better than anyone else. We roast, we cook hot pot with all kind of nourishment. We do that, we enjoy. We're not terrible monks over there. We do enjoy life. We make fire, we roast things. Even you can roast apples, you can roast sugar cane, you can roast, what else? Oranges. Yeah? Anything you can roast if you like. Or that kind of eggplant. And green pepper. If you don't want to eat raw, you eat roasted. It's beautiful. It's a fantastic life with no blood stain, no guilt, no killing. It is beautiful, and you will feel every time you eat, you make peace on earth by your contribution. Peace begins with our table, with our bowl. If it's full of blood, the world will never know peace. Understand? You will never regret vegetarian diet. You must make it variety. I will send monks all over places to teach you how to enjoy vegetarian diet, how to cook your meal, how to train yourself, how you roast vegetable and roast your meat, just to satisfy you. You never want to look at meat again. Recipes you can buy anywhere outside. Okay? There are many Indian cooking, European cooking, Chinese cooking, vegetarian. You go to the vegetarian restaurant, buy them, and analyze what they put, and then you can cook the same. It's just very simple. No complication. I tell you what the best way to cook and the simplest recipe, the most simple and nutritious. You buy tofu, and you buy gluten, mian jing, we call it in Chinese mian jing. This is a kind of gluten you extract out of wheat flour, okay? They sell it. If you ask vegetarian people, they know. Ask the Chinese people what is mian jing. You buy the nutritious so-called vegetarian meat, and you go home and chop them, and you buy all the vegetable you need that is nutritious. Tomatoes, eggplant, green peas, green pepper, and green vegetable, cauliflower, cabbages, lady's finger, mushroom, yeah. All this, and you chop them all together in just enough for your mouth pieces. Yeah, make it ready to swallow. And then first you put some oil in it, okay? It's oil in it, and you put some nice, if you like some onion, then put a few slight, very small, for taste. And then you throw tofu and all that inside, and you mix it for a while, yeah? Then you put your ingredients inside. Ingredient included sugar a little bit, salt a little bit, soya a little bit. That's it. And pepper, white pepper, black pepper if you want, or hot pepper. Yeah. And then you let it simmer for a while. Just stir it all the time. And then throw the rest of the vegetable inside, stir it again, put some water in, cover it, and let it cook. Maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, depends on what kind of vegetable. And you have a tasty meal. And every day you can eat like that. You can never get bored if you cook well. If you cook yourself well. And then you can eat some rice with it. And that's it. The most simple. And everyone can do that. You have to know your taste. Put a little bit of salt and pepper at the time so that you don't be too heavy-handed. And it's not enough, you put more until you feel it tastes good. Just don't be discouraged. Just put a little bit more and taste it to see if it's good for you. Put a little bit more of everything. Understand? Everything at the same time. Not too much salt or too much sugar. Then it'd be too sweet or too salty or too hot. Just taste it, experience with it, and you'll be happy that you cook your own meal. And you can do that every day. And eat with rice, and you'll be healthy and wealthy and have no trouble. No need wife, no need husband to cook for you. Yeah? Is it simple enough? Very simple. Okay? Right. So good night. God bless.
Vegetarianism in religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings of some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra. Also, after the birth of the baby, care must be exercised not to kill any animal in order to feed the mother with meaty delicacies, and not to assemble many relatives to drink liquor or to eat meat, because at the difficult time of birth there are innumerable evil demons, monsters, and goblins who want to consume the smelly blood. By ignorantly and adversely resorting to the killing of animals for consumption, they bring down curses upon themselves, which are detrimental to both the mother and the baby. Ksitigarbha Sutra. Be careful during the days immediately after someone's death, not killing or destroying, or creating evil karma by worshipping or offering sacrifice to demons and deities, because such killing and slaughtering committed, or such worship performed, or such sacrifice offered, would not have even an iota of force to benefit the dead, but would entwine even more sinful karma into previous karma, making it even deeper and more serious. Thus, delay his rebirth to a good state. Karma means retribution. Ksitigarbha Sutra.
Gaudai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity, meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes.
I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adelila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been specially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutrakatanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure, the supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Kami berbesar hati kerana dapat bersama anda untuk perbincangan Mahaguru Ching Hai yang bertajuk Kasih Sayang dan Keprihatinan ialah kewajipan manusia dalam kata-kata hikmat. Sila teruskan bersama Supreme Master Television untuk lebih banyak rancangan yang konstruktif 24 jam sehari, 7 hari seminggu. Jumpa lagi. Semoga anda ceria dan damai dengan muzik syurga yang indah. It's a joy to have your presence for Supreme Master Ching Hai's profound discussion titled Love and Care Are the Duties of Human Beings on Words of Wisdom. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming, 24 hours a day, every day of the week. For now, we bid you adieu until next time. May your spirit grow wondrously in harmony with the glorious music of heaven.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/WOW